And Mongo not feeling very confident, it seems, or pretending to be not very confident. Says that Kaiser will win it, even though the matchup is Russia favored.
Well, you
So
never know. There's like Mamelukes or something. Well, actually, Mamelukes are H4, so that's not gonna happen. But there might be like, I don't know, like Stratiots or something in H3. But yeah, at the top of the map we have mongo10 playing as Russia in the color red. While on the bottom of the map in the color blue we have Kaiserklein playing the Germans on Arizona, and we immediately see a 35 foot treasure for the German player here. So Umeu, what do you think of this matchup?
first, let's comment on the crates. It's a 100 wood, 100 coin start, so there won't be an early TP coming out of Germany, I think. Um, and the matchup in general, I think there was a bit of controversy about the recent changes, and people are now saying that it's a Russia favored, even though before it was considered to be quite Germany favored. Um, Germany, of course, received a 10 hit point nerf on the Olens, and Russia received a small buff that amounts to 15 food per 3 Vils. Um, that they received another small buff, but that's the only significant this matchup.
Okay. What do you think about the map for this matchup? I feel
I
like
think
this
the
is
map,
pretty
yeah,
good for both.
I'd say this map is better for Russia in this matchup actually, because if you look at the map, you can see that the German mine is a little bit far from the TC, a bit exposed,
Ah, yeah,
and
they
on
are
top
very
of
coin
that,
heavy, of course.
his other mines are quite exposed as well. He doesn't have like a mine here or something that would be very easy to take. Instead, his next safest mine is over there, and that's already quite exposed.
It does have a
Um,
bit of protection from these trees, but
yeah, it's not the worst second mine that you can have, but I mean, even that, if that runs out, then he has to go basically to a place where you'd expect the Russian blockhouse to be, right?
yeah. So we're most likely
Um,
not gonna see mercenary play on this map. There's just not enough safe coin for that.
Yeah, exactly. There's not, in general, not that many mines. We can see both players have 5 mines on their side of the map, so that's pretty balanced. Let's check the hunts too
They both
quickly.
should have
Just
7. I think I counted them.
7. I see 5 on both sides.
Well, it's because he's heard it some already, but it's,
Oh no, I was talking about the mines, not the herds.
oh yeah, the mines. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The herds also seem fair. So treasures, we see that Mongo just picked up a 60
Ooh,
and
there was an
80
80 wood
XP.
picked up by Kaiser at some
Yes,
point, which is really
Kaiser
good
picked
for
up
him. It will help
80
him a
wood.
lot if he wants to get a TP.
Yeah, that will definitely speed up his TP. And both players creeping quite well. Um, but now Kaiser is walking right into Mongo, but both players not paying attention, or at least Mongo not paying attention. And he let Kaiser just get away there. He could have snared him
Ooh,
because
and
Kaiser was.
Kaiser actually got ganks up before clicking up to the colonial age.
Mm, that might indicate that he's gonna play some sort of bowpike semi FF. Because if you're just gonna get your TP, I don't think it's worth to get the 100 food there. But um, in the end, I mean, it's an upgrade that if you can afford it, it's never gonna go wrong. You're never gonna go wrong with it. It's pretty cheap, and it does give 10% on this gathering resource, so it's a nice upgrade, especially to get it before you're even gathering that resource. And over here, we see Mongo with 3 very aggressive builds. Basically, as Tibia would say, it blockhouse up your anus. He says it in a better way than I do, but that's why he's Swedish. Um,
Even stealing some of Kaiser's coin.
yeah, exactly. But that's what I was saying, right? If those two like
Oh,
reasonably defensive mines run out, then um, pause. But then yeah, it's most likely that the other mine will be a place where Mongo will have his blockhouse, and that's exactly what he did. So
Also, placer mines coming in for Kaiser now, so he is really going to get quite a bit of how do you say this? He's investing quite a bit in this market, but it's going to pay off relatively quickly due to him getting them nice and early. But he's going to need to hold his aggression somehow, because this is quite the aggressive blockhouse. And there's no walls or anything yet, so I would assume that 5 Cossacks is on the way here for Mongo, and they could do quite a bit of damage if Kaiser isn't careful.
1 second. Apparently my sound is low, but I have my mic on 100%. So.
Is it a headset microphone or?
Yeah, sort of. I could boost it, but it would get static.
Yeah. I already on max for me on Discord as well, so. And yeah, there's the 5 Cossacks, and hopefully not too much damage done here, but it's not looking too good for Kaiser here. Although he does have a barracks on the stable, which is good for him. If he had a stable, he might be in a lot more trouble. Ooh, 8 bows coming out together. That's actually really nice timing on the shipment and the pikes popping out. Very nice hold here.
This is a build that Maido kind of does a lot in this matchup as well, and it's really strong.
As German or as Russia?
As German.
Okay.
As you can see, it's really easy for these 5 pikes plus the 2 Ullens to, with TC fire, fight off the 5 Cossacks, and then the 8 bows just one-shot the Musk. So right now here he's very in a very good spot at the moment to at least hold off any further aggression from Mongo. He probably has to make 5 more pikes, so he doesn't get steamrolled by any more Cossacks. But
yeah, we do see more Cossacks coming out. The 4 shipment being sent together with a batch of Strelets. There's not that much anti-cav in this Russian army though, so he does have to be careful of more Uhlans from the shipments. Although he did not see a stable, so he knows that the only Uhlans for a while will be from the shipments. Poking a bit with the Strelets
yeah,
here.
it's a bit risky for him to go in here, because those 4 Ullens might be able to clean up what he has there. At the same time, he does keep the Ullens in the base of Kaiserklein, so he doesn't really have to fear getting raided.
There is a stable going up with the 700 wood shipment, so I'm not sure if Mongo scouted that, but I think he did see the wood grace, so he can anticipate a stable being added in.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm wondering what Mongo will send next, because he went 2 unit shipments in a row here, and I wonder if we see the 13 Strelets coming out, or whether we will see 700 wood, or maybe even 700 coin coming out from him.
Yeah, it's a bit early for Boyars. He doesn't have enough of a match yet to make that card really pay off. And Kaiser is not yet saving up for an age up, so he will be playing in Colonia for a bit longer. And he does actually have the Palatine settlements card, so... But there's no advanced mercenaries. But there seems to be some static on your microphone at the moment.
Yeah, because I turned on the booster.
Ooh, okay, now you're quite loud.
Okay, I'll turn it down one.
Ooh, but we might have a fight here, and this is actually quite a big mass for Kaiser. And I'm not sure if Mongo can hold this, maybe with the help of his blockhouse. Ooh, but 700 wood, and this is not a good time for that to arrive. He probably needed a military shipment here to fight at his blockhouse. Pikes in position to hit the Cossacks. And when these Cossacks die...
13 Skillet here probably would have been good for him, but at the same time, I think this wasn't the best fight for Kaiserklein. 3 Doppels though coming in now, and that might help him, but these... and 5 more Olives, so he might be okay here probably.
Yeah, most of the meat for the Russian army is that the Cossacks have fallen. There's a couple of muskets left here, but they are Russian muskets, which are of course worse than regular muskets. And there's no Strelts, so...
Yeah, exactly. If he had those 13 strelets there, he would have probably held, but right now he's gonna just lose these muskets, and the Doppelsoldners will most likely siege down the blockhouse. And I think that would be... this will definitely give Kaiserklein the opportunity to age up unopposed here. So I do expect him to send 3 settler wagons. I don't think he sent that yet, so probably we'll see 3 settler wagons and then 700 coin coming in from him.
Yeah, we do see a new blockhouse and a stable, 2 blockhouses and a stable coming up for Mongo here. I do like the addition of a stable. Cossacks are a really strong unit, especially against German, because they don't have musketeers.
Yeah, for sure. And 13 strelets just come out as well. So he will probably hold this further push from Mongo. Although, at the same time, he only has strelets out, and there's like 7 Cossacks, but Mongo doesn't, Kaiserklein doesn't seem to want to take the fight.
And 3 settler wagons was the next card, so you were right.
Yeah, that was to be expected. And I wonder if he will send 700 coin, or if he will just gather the coin.
For now, he is still spending on army, it seems.
Okay. I don't know if I like that. I would prefer him to, like, he just made 5 more Ullens, so I think if he just saved that instead and aged up, it would have been better for him, because the more his first mine is just run out, so he has to go to the second mine now, and
yeah, there's only barely enough coin in there to age up, actually.
Oh, he seems to be going for this mine here. I think that's a good idea, actually.
His army is in position there at the moment, so, and I looked at his units in queue and he still has a Doppel and a Ulan in queue, so we'll have to see if he finishes those batches. Some of the Cossacks getting caught here.
Yeah, I don't know what Mongo's really trying to do. I think he's also scared that Kaiser will age, but he can't really make any aggressive movements right now.
There's so many Ulans here. Boyars is the next Russian card.
Yeah, that's really the only card that he could send here. 700 coin would be maybe the alternative, but he needs military presence.
I think he should fight here.
Right
This is
now.
a nice choke, and the Ulans are all stuck in there.
Yeah, this looks to be like it's not a great fight for Kaiser, because the Doppels, they are not really able to get into position, and the musketeer is really soaked a lot, but there's 4 more Doppels coming in from Kaiserklein. At the same time, though, the Strelets and the Minutemen being called from Mongo here really pack a lot of punch, and yeah, I think that this fight went horribly for Kaiserklein. Like,
yeah, fighting in this tiny choke was a terrible idea. All his cav and Doppels got just bunched up with maybe like 3 of them being able to hit, while this entire Strelet and Minutemen concave was just firing round after round, and the Cossacks even flanking around the blockhouse, getting in range with the crossbowmen.
Yeah, that's really the kind of fights that Russia want to take, right? They want to take a fight near their blockhouses where units can come in as reinforcements, and now Kaiser only did like military damage, and now he lost like a very, very big fight, like bigger than the one that Mongo lost. So
yeah, he's
you can see the scores have even up. Yeah, he's aging up, but
I don't get it. Why would he push in when he's intending to age? That seems like a pretty poor plan.
Yeah, it was a poor move. I think he thought he'd be ahead more than
Damn,
he
I
was.
thought I had steel traps.
I think Russia is okay here. If Russia identifies that Mongo will be short on gold pretty soon, like he ate through 60% of this mine where Mongo's blockhouse was, and he's now 25% through his second mine in the back of his base. After that, he probably will not have any secure gold.
Yeah, and even this mine is questionable, although I do like the wall he's put up here.
Yeah.
Some villagers going down here.
Let's see if Mongo identifies that these 10 vills are just like running for their lives. and they don't really have a safe place to go.
I like this Cossack split. It's just such a small thing, but if he sees those villagers with those two Cossacks, it's just so huge. This is so much economic power for the German player. That's a bunch of settler wagons.
If he sees those settler wagons, he's just dead. But luckily for him, his explorer was there to kind of
war wagons.
Idle.
Very strong units.
Cossacks. Yeah, I think Mongo should go back here now. But look here. If these three Cossacks see those vills, then they don't see them.
I think he saw them, but might have not noticed it. It would have been like one or two of them.
Both of them now microing very hard, of course. There are 4 war wagons out, but there's so many Russian units on the map, and there are only 5 skirms. But it does seem like Mongo decides to go back, not kill the barracks.
And he does save his barracks, which is pretty important.
He does get a little bit trapped by the wall, but I think now that he will just
he will walk straight past these settler wagons.
Yeah, exactly. There, however, are 9 Ullens out right now, so I think that Kaiserklein will be able to defend those vills, but he'll definitely lose at least one settler wagon here.
It also depends on how fast Mongo reacts, of course.
Yeah, he was drag boxing his units and he didn't notice them immediately. So he might decide not to take the fight, and that's exactly what happens. But
still,
yeah,
there's
I think
no good
Kaiser
coin
got a
mining
bit
for
lucky.
Kaiser.
He still has 1500 on that coin mine left, so he's okay. And his army, with his army, he can now secure this one too.
And he does have 1k coin in his deck, so
yeah, exactly.
He'll be fine for a while.
Yeah, but if this game goes longer than 20 minutes, then that will definitely become an issue for him. So we'll see if he can push his tech and military advantage that he has right now.
When he did call Miniman at some point, it seems, because I see 1 Miniman in the skirmisher army.
Yeah, he called them during the push.
I would imagine. Also, hunts are becoming somewhat of an issue for Kaiser. I mean, he still has some, but they are in somewhat exposed places. This one isn't even behind his wall. Strahd's poking in a bit here, but taking a lot of punishment from these skirmishers.
Mongo just shipped 700 coin. Let's see what he does with that. Whether he will just spam units or age up. I think the right move here is actually to just spam units.
I think he's trying to age up.
I don't know if that's the right choice here. The more time he gives, the more time he gives Kaiser to breathe. I think the stronger Kaiser will get for sure. He just got veteran Ullens.
Okay, never mind. He just queued up a bunch of units.
Yeah. I think that's the right choice here. Because as we already identified, there's not that much coin, so I doubt there will be a lot of mercs coming out from
yeah, 1500 coin left in that mine. Not anymore.
Yeah, he just eats through it so fast. So if Mongo can kind of deny this mine here.
And that's also why Kaiser is building a lot of houses near it, to give just some vision and protection.
Yeah, exactly. And these Cossacks here showing that Mongo does know that Kaiser is in need of gold. And they are in a good position now to come for a good flank.
Yeah, these skirmishers are actually going to get caught quite badly here if these war wagons don't reposition quickly, or even the settler wagons.
I don't know. Those are his only Cossacks, but yeah, they do get in a very good position. The war wagons out of position a little bit.
And the Uhlans at the moment unable to do damage.
Exactly, the muskets here. Very good position here by Mongo. And he's going to town on the entire German army.
And the economy as well. 2 or 3 of the Cossacks were hitting settler wagons instead of army.
I think that actually was bad from him to do. They should have been fighting the army, but like the musketeers were on the Ullens, the skirmishers were, the Strelets were on the war wagons, and the Cossacks were on the skirm. So he was fighting every counter unit perfectly, and yeah, Kaiser just gonna resign here, and that's GG. Just Positioning here, really showing that positioning is so important in this game.
Yeah,
Two
that one
times,
fight near the
actually.
blockhouse.
Yeah, exactly. Two times Mongo just won the fight because he had perfect positioning, and Kaiser just didn't respect the terrain enough, and he just picked two bad fights there that he didn't have to lose if you looked at the army count, but that he did lose because he just didn't position his army well enough.
Yeah,
If you look at the military population
the second
graph, you can
fight.
see, yeah, you can see he had double the army pop, double, and he ended with 0 units against 13. So he lost his entire army while Mongo lost half of his army, which was already half times smaller than a
And that's
Kaiser's
even
army.
Russian units against German units.
That's even that indeed. So and the second fight, the army pops were even, which again is something that Russia doesn't want, right? Because their units are cheaper, so they want to have more units, but they were only even here. And again, you can see the positioning just coming through, as well as the blockhouse, of course, dealing damage there on the war wagon, something that you shouldn't underestimate too. It's like 45 damage just shot as well. So
Yeah, war wagons don't have range resist, of course, so they take full damage from blockhouses.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, that's just positioning, and just really well played there tactically from Mongo. Can't say anything else than that.
Yeah, maybe some poor decision making by Kaiser, fighting in that very small choke with his cavalry, with his doppels.
Yeah, the second fight, I mean, was a bit forced there by Mongo, of course, because Kaiser had to defend his fields there on the coin, or just idle them for way too long, trying to walk to the other mines on the right side. So he had to fight there, but still, like his Uhlans did something really weird. They went like past the Russian army into the cliff, into between the cliffs, and then they got like zoned out by the musketeers, and they couldn't spread out because they were in a choke. So that was poor movement by him. And then the 10 Cossacks just came from behind, and his war wagons were in the wrong spot. So yeah. And the first fight was just terrible decision making for sure. There was no reason for him to take that fight if he was just aging. If he had not done that, he would have won so easily.
Yeah, that was so many Uhlans that died there. All of them would have gotten veteran upgrades.
Yeah, veteran upgrades, and he could have just shipped like 8 skirms instead of 3 war wagons there, and he would not take any idle time, and just everything would have been
It's
so
just
much smoother for
snowballed
him.
so heavily in favor of Mongol in that one fight.
Yeah, exactly. As you could already see, even after losing all those units, he held still. So if he had like that army that he lost, even half of it, he would have been totally fine against any pressure that Mongo would have put on.
Yeah, for sure. So Mongol does have to pick first. Yeah, that's correct, right? Mongol picks
One
first.
sec. They're asking me something. I have to.
Oh, okay.
One moment. One moment.
So yeah, just give us a moment, guys. There appears to be some question that the players have that needs to be resolved.
Okay, it appears to be that the next map will be Indonesia. Um, Neither of these players are big water players, so it might actually be interesting to see how they will play on this map.
They just try to play
I know.
standard on a map that's absolutely not made for it.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, Indonesia still has quite a lot of food, so they could just.
Oh, they certainly could try, but it just feels a bit awkward because the distance between the two bases is actually quite short.
Yeah, it just becomes like a bayou, like a no TP map with quite a lot of resources, but small distance. So
And some random
let's
cows,
see.
cows they can pick up if they teleport, or not teleport, transport their explorer with catamaran.
Yeah.
Personally, I quite like Indonesia. But that's probably because I'm more of a casual player, and as such, I do like things such as water quite a bit more.
Come on, guys, let's not do this. I only have 2 hours left, so. Well, you're not playing, so you have nothing to complain.
Shh! Don't tell them that.
I haven't actually checked the map pool for the round of 8.
A lot of TP maps. Many, many,
Yeah.
many TP
I just
maps.
heard the Bonnie Springs controversy.
I don't get about that. I just don't like that there's, I think, one water map and it's Aridondax or whatever it's called.
Yeah. No, I think there's 2. Wasn't.
There might be, but
It,
I don't know. I feel
the
like
first
map like
was,
Manchuria
pretty
is
bad.
just such a well balanced map, and I don't see why you wouldn't choose it more often. But hey,
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, Manchuria is quite easy on balance because of the treads, and I like the earlier versions of a lot of the maps. Actually, I thought they were better. Yeah, Indonesia also has been changed on the last version to the worst, in my opinion.
I can kind of understand Mongo's
No, I
point, but
don't.
you could also
No,
argue
it's not a.
why would every map need to be like that? But anyway, let's not get into discussion like this. The admins have decided that the map pool is the map pool, so let's just get on with it. If he had an issue with the map pool, he probably should have,
Yeah,
argued that
we
with the
should have.
admins before the game started.
Yeah, or 2 weeks ago before the entire round even started.
Yeah, when the map pool was announced.
Yeah.
And he's not even playing against a very heavy water player either, so it probably won't even matter that it's Indonesia. Besides the fact that it's just a bit awkward of a map due to so much of the size of it being water.
It would be funny if they both agreed not to play water, and then Kaiser just goes water anyway, or Mongo. It's not an official rule, so you can just break it.
This reminds me of Command and Conquer Tiberian Dawn, where there was this thing called Harvester Truce, which for an Age of Empires player would probably sound ridiculous. Basically, what it comes down to, you are not allowed to kill villagers.
You were not allowed to kill villagers.
Yeah, well,
So
the Command and Conquer version of villagers, which were called Harvesters.
yeah, yeah.
That's basically what
So
Harvester Truce was. You are not allowed to ever attack or kill them.
Well, I suppose it's kind of like playing no rush. No rush on vanilla, where you agree to do the same thing for 40 minutes.
Yeah,
or
but the thing
50
is,
minutes.
in Command and Conquer, Harvesters are also combat units.
Ah, so you could just fight with them.
Against infantry, yes, because they are basically like big, the harvesters literally, like you
No,
see on a farm,
but
they
if
have
you
like
make
claws
a
and they just like
harvest-
run over
harvester
infantry.
thing.
So I just got
Oh.
like 6 of them and just like waltz them into the enemy base.
But so they were not smart enough to say that if you can't kill harvesters, then you can't attack with harvesters.
Well, they got pretty mad usually, but the
You were
competitive
just
scene
back-
for that game was like non-existent. It was just a bunch of people just playing the game for fun and
You were just backstabbing everyone.
basically. It was a fun game though.
Yeah, I played it a long time ago when I was young, but never a lot. I think my cousin had it. I never had it.
Yeah, and like the only way you could play it online was through Game Ranger or a similar thing as well, because it had like no built-in online.
Yeah. Alright, it seems like we're gonna do Indonesia after all. Just delayed for good reason, but we're about to get going.
And Mongo has to pick first, so I would imagine that he's actually not that happy with all of this at the moment.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. No one is really happy to play on Indonesia, except if you're called Kanezi or Breeze Brothers. But we all do it anyway. That's what it's being a man is all about. So sometimes you got to do stuff you don't like. So toughen up.
I'm sure there's other people that enjoy Indonesia.
Like, woo.
Maybe not in the pro scene though.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta take into consideration the context, of course.
Yeah. Like for
I
example,
don't
my
know.
favorite map is Indochina.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a super bad map, but it's okay.
I just love how with
Mongo's-
4 wall pillar or wall segments you can just completely block any attack. It's great.
Yeah, but there are many ways to
Ooh.
we have an interesting Civ selection here. Mongo picking Brits first, and Kaiser deciding that he wants to play Russia against Brits here. They agree
Well,
with
that
water.
might be a really big bait by Kaiser there, because Russia is very able to go water.
Yeah, but I think Kaiser will respect the no water truce here, but we'll see. In any case, because they decide on no water, the selection of Russia makes a lot more sense.
Oh, for sure.
Both civs that can play well without a TP, and Brits might very well be the top civ on this patch at the moment. But Russia is probably a civ that does quite well against them. I would
Aztec also
definitely
would have been
go
pretty good in my opinion.
for water play. Yes, if they don't play water, maybe not. But at the same time, the hunts on this map aren't the best. You have the elephants, and then you have one extra hunt, and the rest is a bit further away. And we might have to do a reboost here because I'd say that Mongo's hunts are a bit unfair. As you can see,
Yeah,
he's
his
missing
second
the
hunt
hunts on this side.
Wait,
like,
no, those are
you can
Perry's.
see-
His second hunt
Yeah,
is...
he misses those hunts over there. His second hunt is this one, and then his next hunt is over here. While you can see that Bongo has one over here, Kaiser has one over here, and one over there. So I'd say
Yeah,
rehost.
I think this is a rehost. It's a star you have to type, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I already.
Okay, we already did, okay. Yeah, when I decide to not play water, of course, this map is probably going to be. Yeah, I mean it's pretty obvious as well. You just like if you put a line in the middle of the map, like the amount of brown spots on the left is just way more.
He's saying that well, yeah. I just said, in my opinion, rehost, and then Kaiser already resigned. So maybe there was something about his map that he didn't like. And in any case, I think Mongo would have been better off with the rehost, because it doesn't really matter if your first
Yeah, especially against
elephants
Russia.
are under your TC. Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if your first hunt is good. By the time there is Russian stuff in your base, that first hunt is gone, and you need a second hunt that's on the other side of the map. This, like, from what I can see on the minimap, seems a bit more fair already. It's a lot more spread out.
I can't see the map yet.
Third hunt for Mongo is maybe still a bit further away, but I don't think it's too major. He also has closer berries, so...
It's still a bit shitty, but it's better than last time. At least he now has this hunt that he can herd.
Yeah, and he has 2 nearby batches of berries, which Kaiser doesn't.
Yeah. And his elephants are close again, so it's fine for him now.
Yeah. Swiss Pikeman and Manchu. So if this goes to Fortress, I think Kaiserklein might be one happy person.
Yeah, he might be. Although I don't think we'll see much Fortress action here from either.
Yeah, not in Russia against Brits. Unless, of course,
so,
one of them does break the water truce. Oh my god.
Yeah, we have some diplomatic negotiations. Kaiser saying, I don't know, maybe indicating that he wants to break the truce already.
I'm just looking forward to when Kaiserklein clicks in his deck. It's like schooners, advanced dock, improved warships, Russian Northern Fleet.
To be honest, I would not be surprised if Mongo did that. I would be surprised if Kaiser did. Yeah, I would be surprised if Kaiser goes water, but I wouldn't be that surprised if Mongo does it. For some reason, I don't know. He just this time he shot his second elephant a bit far, but his first elephant is in such a good spot, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, Kaiser does not have a water attack at least, so I'm a sad panda.
Yeah, as I said, I don't think that Kaiser would do it, but Mongo hasn't picked that yet, so we might still see it. Let's talk a bit about the matchup here.
Okay, no water attacks.
It's Russia against Brits, and the map is Indonesia. We have Mongo playing as the red player, and we have Kaiserklein as the blue Russian player, currently with his explorer Michael Suvorov in the middle of the map trying to pick up a 90 wood treasure. It seems like they both agreed not to play the water game, both having picked a land deck at the moment, so all our wild dreams are overboard. And the way I think that this will play out is the same way that we saw the last game play out a little bit. The Russian player will go fairly aggressive with the blockhouse, come in with 5 Cossacks, 5 Musk, and we'll see if the defending Brit player in this case will be able to defend the push without taking too much economic damage. and from there on, it will be a matter of whether he has enough resources in his base to 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 do a counter push basically, and push out Russia before they have stabilized from that early aggression and managed to get a very cost-efficient army.
Yeah, the advantage Brit has over Germany, of course, is that Germany basically needs to somehow get an age up off, whereas Brit is quite comfortable fighting in colonial, or more comfortable at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Having
but at the same
musketeers.
time, that's also their weakness, right?
Yes.
They are more comfortable in playing colonial, but at the same time, they don't have that great of an option of going fortress, where other civs would just do a fast age up. They have to go with the slow age politician.
Yeah, and Russia, of course,
one
wants
moment.
people to be in colonial.
I get a phone call, so you have to take over for one moment.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we do see a extremely aggressive blockhouse over here in the middle of the map, on both a gold mine with 5,000 coins, so that's quite the objective, and also a nice hunt. Some manners going up for the Brit player, giving some nice line of sight of any possible flanks from Cossacks or other units. Let's take a look at the market upgrades. Just hunting dogs and gang saw, and the Russia player has placer mines, whereas the Brit player has great code, which I do like quite a bit, because it's very likely that these villagers are going to be under pressure and maybe even forced to fight. Shipments, very standard, 3 settlers for Brit, distributivism for Russia. Both players reaching colonial now. Let's take a look, what did they age with? I would assume quartermaster for Russia, yeah, and then the governor for Brit, so very standard play thus far. Barracks going up for Brit. Let's take a look at what's in the queue. No military units in queue yet for the Russian player, but I would anticipate some Cossacks being shipped next, although he might be playing a more boomy style and sending something like wood to maybe get a stable up, or some market upgrades. And yeah, it is the 5 Cossacks. Second blockhouse going up in the same location. He really does not want to lose his position. So let's see what these Cossacks can do here. Ooh, 6 musketeers being shipped by Brit though. Going to completely negate this 5 Cossack shipment for now. Might be able to do some damage to the explorer here, but it seems unlikely that he... no, wait, he will. The musketeers falling back. So Brit is going to lose his explorer here.
Grieved. I may not steer.
But for now, these 5 Cossacks won't be able to do very much until some extra units come out for Russia. And there is the first batch of musketeers. Let's see what more is in queue. Musketeers for Brit. No military units for Russia just yet. Some longbow coming out here for the Brit player, and I quite like that if he's going to play more defensive, and he has a reasonable musketeer mass at the moment to protect from Cossacks. And these longbow can really do some very nice poking on this Russian position.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
So
700 wood for Russia as the 3rd card. So probably going to add in a stable with that, and maybe some more market upgrades, some houses. Both players have steel traps.
He went 5 Cossack, 4 Cossack?
5 Cossack, 700 wood.
Okay.
But the 5 Cossacks entered the base just as 6 musketeers were sent by Brit as the first H2 card. Followed now by 700 wood as the second H2 card. Getting some houses with that, and getting placer mines as well.
And the stable coming up from the Brit player.
And Russian as well.
And also the Russian player, indeed.
And I do love these early stables as Russia. Cossacks are just so good.
Yeah, definitely. They are great units, especially if they got 2 cards on them.
I think they're actually one of Russia's best units, even though they are not a Royal Guard unit.
Yeah, but actually Royal Guard is quite expensive.
Yeah, and it's also only an H4, which Russia usually doesn't get to.
Exactly.
But it's also generally the unit that the Civ has the most upgrade cards for.
Usually that's true, yeah.
But not in Russia's case, actually. It's Cav Archers and Pavlov Grenadiers, I think.
Yeah, true.
700 coin for Russia, so probably going to be to get out nice batches of Cossacks.
Yeah, we can see a deviation here from Kaiserklein Russia build compared to what Mongo did. Kaiserklein going for a bit more greedy Russia build. Less Trillette heavy here, though. I would like to see maybe 600 wood as his next card and to spam just that many Trillettes, while Mongo has kind of opted for a similar build order in this style of build order as the German player, going with a unit shipment first and then 700 wood to defend that early push and then get his infrastructure going for more units. And we can see 3 cav out here, and now he's going to try to raid, but I don't think that's a great idea considering that there will be Cossacks on the field soon. At the same time, he's also trying to...
Look at this. Such a cheater.
Yeah, but Kaiser is also on coin over there, so...
oh wow, both players breaking the water cruise.
Yeah, I think that's allowed.
Yeah, they even get it like super slow as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
I don't think
Kaiser is going to Fortress.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot because Mongo went very... He didn't do a very good BO, and he's already out of resources right now. And you can see there he has like 10 vills idle that are now looking for food. Probably they will go over.
He also herded this really poorly.
Well, to be in his defense, they are kind of hard to herd often. He does get a raid
dead
off
one there. He's not gathering
vill.
from. And well, he's hit on berries. Well, there's a relatively safe hunt over there. Oh, but there is a fight going on in the middle of the map here. A lot of musketeers.
Yeah.
I think Kaiser does want to take this fight. He just aged up. He wants to get his veterancy upgrades and then maybe a card.
Yeah, if I was him, I would just back up, let both blockhouses die. If he gets caught here by the cav, he might lose some units here that he doesn't want to lose. Whereas if he can protect all those musketeers, then he can just get cannons out, and he's totally fine.
Yeah, it is the older blockhouse that is getting the veteran upgrade, so...
Yeah, but he's losing all these musketeers to the cavalry and the longbows here. He's losing a lot. Lost at least 20 of them. Now he has almost nothing left, and I think that was a poor decision. Sure, he now has veteran, but he has no more musketeers, and he's shipping the 2 cannons straight into melee musk. Yeah.
If it was the blockhouse that was actually getting his veteran upgrade, I would somewhat understand it, but it wasn't even, so...
Again, I think that's just poor decision making here by Kaiser.
Yeah,
just really poor. He just should have backed up there. If he had shipped his cannons to the town center and put his musketeers there too, he would have had 30 musketeers, and 30 musketeers, even if they're not veteran, are still better than 8 veteran musketeers. Which is what he had left after he tried to defend the blockhouses. And now sure, he's an age ahead, but he has no army. He just lost the only card that can really turn the fight in his favor against what Mongo has on the field right now. And
he also lost a very important position.
The position wouldn't have mattered if he had army.
If he still had his army, yeah, but now he lost both.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He now has no army to guard the map, and he has no blockhouse. Well, he has one blockhouse in his base, but it's in the wrong place. His blockhouse should have been at least over here to defend
Opreshniks, those could do some crazy comebacks. We've seen that before. But I'm not sure if Mongo will fall for that.
I don't know if it matters though, because is there anything that Kaiser can make that will just kill this army that Mongo has on the field right now? And the Opreshniks getting caught here by 4 cav, or at least chased by them.
How do Opreshniks do against non-veteran Hussar?
They just lose. They're terrible.
Okay.
They're
really just for killing
100 hit points less, and they have 10 attack less, so they just die.
They just die.
Yeah, basically that's what happens. And yeah, the Opreshniks just got deflected. They killed nothing, and he lost 1. And the Mongo just idled like 40 vills of Kaiserklein. And he knows that Kaiser is out of food, so he can just camp the hunts and make sure that Kaiser can't gather anywhere.
And these Brit musketeers, with the first car being sent now, are just better than the veteran Russian musketeers.
Yeah, exactly. Veteran musketeers are just like normal musketeers, right? So
Yeah.
and Brit musketeers are the best H2 musketeers in the game, if you don't count special units like Sepoy or Ashigaru.
Yeah, Ashigarus can become absolutely insane if you really want them to.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you issue the pavilion, but yeah. Another blockhouse
the
going
same
up here
time-
to protect the Huns.
Yeah, that's a good choice. And
General
the
blockhouses
Opricks
are just really good.
Yeah, they are.
All the
And,
Oprichniks
I
are getting in the
wonder-
raid here now, though.
Yeah, they're gonna kill a few vills here, but the musketeers are in position to defend more from going down here.
And this early greatcoat really paying off for Mongol here. I don't like
Yeah,
how
but
he's
he's still
pulling back
lost
his
five,
entire army for these Oprichniks.
Yeah, I don't. But at the same time, if he's aging himself, then
He's
that's
not.
okay. Okay. Then in that case, he's indeed giving Kaiser maybe too much time. And these Opricks are just doing what they need to do, and that's by maybe 2 more minutes for Kaiser to stabilize here and get his tech advantage. Let his tech advantage get him back into the game. But I don't know if it's enough because he's eating through these hunts so fast, and he's running out of coin. And you can see that this is his next mine here.
Well, that's a gold mine, though, so he will
It's
have...
a gold mine, but it doesn't matter if you cannot mine from the gold mine.
Yeah, he needs to somehow protect it, and that's indeed the problem.
And he's gonna lose 5 vills himself, 6 vills even.
I'm not sure if they will
they're
all
too
die. The
close.
blockhouse is reasonably close.
Yeah. His
And the
army isn't-
Oprichniks going straight through the army, trying to get the raid in while this fight is going on. Oh, well, no, they go
But-
back now? I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, Kaiser kind of has to fight there again because his eco is there. It's kind of the same thing that happened last game, right? He's just forced to fight in an awkward position because he's out of resources.
Ooh, and a second
getting
musketeer
raided.
guard coming in for Brit here.
Yeah, this is just game over.
Kaiser is completely out of resources.
And I think we get a bit of an upset here because I think Kaiser has just tilted. I think he will not be able to get his act together to win game 3, and we see a 3-0 sweep. Rusty Mongo just coming back here and just beating Kaiser. That at least I would have picked here to do reasonably well.
He should have just gone water. Tilt Mongol.
Yeah, and Sampu is maybe laughing a bit here because he said in the scheduling thread, well, I think Mongo is going to beat you, and Kaiser said, I don't think Kaiser replied, but at least I and a few other people replied that would be unlikely, but it does seem like that's what's going to happen here. At least the 2-0 is incoming, and I do have to say that Kaiser kind of owes it to himself because he's not getting outplayed by Mongo at all. He's just throwing the games while he's ahead.
Yeah, taking poor fights, poor positioning.
Yeah, it's basically poor decision making here, and I think this is the thing that separates the great players from just the good players, right? Great players would not make those mistakes, while good players they do make them. And that's why they are good when everything is going predictably in the way that they always know that it will go. But whenever they have to make those split-second decisions that matter, they seem to at least sometimes make the wrong decision here, and it costs them the game.
And I really like how Mongol realizes that the hunts are running low, and he's not trying to harvest from obscure hunts that there is no way he can defend. Instead, he's putting villagers on these very safe berries.
Yeah, exactly. He's not risking them getting caught out.
Ooh, 9
by
mansion though, and
raids.
those could do some work here.
Yeah, but is it gonna matter?
That's the problem.
It's
of
mostly
course.
infantry here that Mongo has anyway. So
And he is focusing
even if
the mansion down very nicely.
yeah, and there's a big raid incoming over there, and the Manchu are not where they have to be. Well,
Well, the thing is, they
sent
need to be
2.
everywhere. That's the problem.
Yeah, they need to be everywhere indeed. It's just not enough. Too late.
Maybe if
They
it
came
was
too late.
90 Manchu, but
Well, 90 Manchu would have been so insane that would have. It wouldn't even have mattered if he had 0 Vils left. He would still win the game with 90 Manchu. But
unless Mongo puts
yeah,
like 3 layers of
the
walls up
Manchu
here.
are enough to hold position. As you can see, the Brit army did die, but it's not enough for him. Like, he's still out of resources. The Brit
Yeah.
has just got established total map control. He has vision of
There's
pretty much
nothing
every.
left.
Well, there's still two 3 gold mines, 4 actually, and
Oh yeah,
like
there's still
Mongo
some
controls
coin,
all
but
of them.
food is really running out quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Food is running out quickly. There's only these berries here that Kaiser can really use. He basically is eating through the berries in his base already. And now Mongo is just raiding with musketeers all over the map, and there's not really much that that Kaiser can do about it. Because
He even
yeah.
put on his thing a bit closer here to maybe transport some units or provide some offshore support.
Yeah, that's a bit. I think that's going close to breaking the no water rule. Maybe if he shoots at something, then Kaiser can just say, "Yeah, well, you broke the rules. You have to give me the win here." But yeah, I think Kaiser is just a bit wallowing in self-pity there because he lost his game. He knows it, and he's not resigning. Just maybe trying to let it sink in a little bit here.
Technically speaking, he can win this if he
No.
makes all the coin run out before Mongo can age him.
No. No, he can't.
But he needs to somehow do that, and that's the big problem.
I mean, yeah, maybe if Mongo accidentally deletes all his Vils and then puts his army into the catamaran and just deletes it on accident as well. Technically, then maybe Kaiser can win, but I find that improbable, if not to say
really?
impossible. And Kaiser
Yeah.
just raiding all the time, and Mongo isn't. Mongo just raiding all the time, and Kaiser isn't even responding with his army anymore. Should have said no to your transients. This is retarded. But yeah,
He
well,
didn't,
I mean,
so-
Kaiser agreed himself, so I will say good game because the other ones won't yet.
No.
Well, he did it himself. I mean, yeah, it's not. Yeah, right.
Oh, you're even on Skype as well? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think Kaiser is just trying to make up excuses here.
He's just tilting. He said he would give 3 wins. Wow.
Yeah, if you look at the military unit population, it's that moment where he reached Fortress and then do that horrible fight. I mean, imagine if he didn't lose those musketeers, got them to veteran, and then that second fight happens with an entire musketeer mass being veteran status. Just like think of how different the rest of this military population graph would have been.
I mean, Kaiser is right that it's a bit childish the way Mongo acted, but we could just put it in psychological warfare category, and in that sense, it's war and everything is allowed, right? Sure.
I don't even think that the fortress was a mistake. It was
No,
how
the
he
fortress
followed it up.
was good. Yeah, exactly. It was the fact that he lost 30 musketeers and then shipped 2 cannons to a blockhouse that had no army to defend the cannons, which basically cost him the game. If he had just saved the musketeers and then just rebuild a blockhouse in his base, right? I mean, he didn't even need to get veterans so fast. All he had to do was make 5 cav archers. And then send
the
two
blockhouse he
cannons,
tried to
and
defend
he'd be totally
wasn't
fine.
even the one researching veteran.
No, it was okay for him to like poke around a little bit, but at the same
Not
time,
stand
I
and
mean, there were
fight.
like 15. Yeah, but there were also 15 long bowmen, so he could never
Yeah.
really zone out the musketeers without getting hit, right? So he should have just gone back.
At least let that first blockhouse die, which is doing absolutely nothing. Like, there's no reason to just lose your entire army there. But yeah, we'll have to see if Kaiser can take it back in game 3. Maybe go from a 2-0 to a 3-2 in his favor. Unlikely, but, you know, it might always happen. Seems he's still trying to make up some excuses.
Well, I understand his frustration here, but in the end, he did it himself, right?
Yeah.
The way Mongo acted is not very sportsmanlike, but yeah, in the end, didn't do anything that was illegal, that was against the rules.
Yeah, I
So
mean, Kaiserklein could have very easily picked Portuguese, gone full water, and just
yeah,
Mongo
he
could do
he
nothing
could have
about
just
it.
done whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, we even told Mongo that he had to play Indonesia. So
But anyway, let's focus on this next game now, which will be on Colorado, I want to say. Yeah, it's Colorado, then Manchek, then Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, the next map is Colorado. I hope the players have it. Otherwise, I hope it doesn't get to be 3-0 because I think Zoo voted for 3-0. I wouldn't like what? I think we get like 15,000.
Your mic is dropping away a bit here.
Yeah. Better now.
Yes.
I see that no one really betted on Mongo going 3-0 except P-Slot, so that's not a big threat. So, and Jerome put 5,000 on Kaiserklein winning, and Zoom put 10,000. So basically, if Mongo wins, I just want betting. So I think I will change colors here and say go Mongo. I lose 4,000 if he wins 3-0, but like the other two guys lose way more.
Also, I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to skip Colorado, unless Mongo says, I forfeit that map.
Why don't they want to play Colorado?
Well, I would assume it's not because of the water. I feel like there's some weird stuff going on here.
Yeah, I'm getting I don't know.
Yeah, and Kaiser does
I
have to
think we
play
have
first.
to lay down. He gives a free win. Okay, if he gives a free win, then I guess.
Well, if he forfeits the map, then I mean, he then of course that's allowed. He's just
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
okay, I resign the game. I mean, it's the same as just playing it out for 2 minutes and then resigning. So I'm pretty sure
So
the
I have
admins
to
won't
be
have any
clear here.
complaints about that.
No, if he forfeits Colorado, it's fine. I don't really care. It's their weird game. But
I feel like this arguing about free wins with your opponent might not be like the greatest thing to do. It seems a bit fishy to me.
I don't know what's going on here. I don't really care. I just want them to get on with it.
Yeah. We don't want the next series to be delayed like sometimes happens.
Uh, what's the map after Colorado?
Man check. Okay, I'm going to try to turn my microphone a bit lower
This is
because...
so annoying because
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna try and turn my mic a bit down because apparently you're very quiet and I'm quite loud. So if I turn myself a bit down, they can just turn everything
okay,
up and it should be fine then.
okay.
So do let us know if this is better. We of course can't do a real test for this until 2 minutes later, by which time we'll probably be in a game. So
Please
that's
get an
how the
admin in
rules
here.
work.
Is Maito on here or something? Because I don't really have the patience to do it. Yeah.
How difficult can it be? There's rules, they are there for a reason. No, you're also not allowed to use building rotator.
You're saying that.
Yes! There
Yeah.
are rules. Read them, understand them, follow them. It's not difficult.
What's the last map again?
Arkansas.
Arkansas, right?
Yes. Do we have any admin online at all? When is the next series supposed to start?
In 30 minutes.
No, it's in an hour.
Okay.
So we do have some time still, but...
Are you ready?
Okay, so he's going Aztec on man check.
Okay.
He has decided.
Okay.
So he forfeits the third game?
Yeah,
Right?
he forfeits the third game.
Yes.
It's 2-1 now in favor of Kaiserklein.
In favor of Mongol.
And picks first. Aztecs, apparently. I'm going to give man check. Oh, this is Manchuria.
I have man check if you don't have it.
Yeah, I have it. It's so easy to download the entire map pack. I don't understand why people don't.
I don't have them. I
Like,
just
they
get
should-
the maps
They should
whenever I
just
play
put
them.
a link to them where you can download the maps in.
Yeah, but I play on the Steam client, so like my map folder is in like some super awkward location, and I'm lazy.
Actually, no, that doesn't matter because it creates a folder for your maps in the My Document for everyone,
Ah,
even
okay.
if you play on Steam. I also have the Steam version, just in My Document.
I just know I have to go through like 5 different things to get
That's
them.
only if you want to go to the data files, but it's not if you want to go to the save games, recorded games, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
just-
I'll guess I have to look at some point, but you know, laziness. I have
Okay,
most
it
of the
seems like
maps.
we will continue this series after necessary drama, of course.
Yeah, and it's not even Ganisi against Umeu playing. Like, I mean,
Well, yeah, I lost that psychological battle there, I must admit.
yeah. I mean,
Well, usually I win it.
we never know. This might still go to a coin flip somehow.
Yeah, it might go. Basically, there also, like, Kinesi was doing a drama, and then
You
he
couldn't be
said
bothered anymore, I guess.
Nah, I said that he could take the win if he wanted to, and then he said let's do. Then Goodspeed said let's do a coin flip, and we just both agreed.
But anyway,
I actually
at the bottom
I didn't
of the map,
expect that he would.
we have Kaiserklein in the color blue playing ports against his opponent.
Yeah, an interesting
In
choice.
top
actually.
right, Aztec in the color red, mongo10.
Yeah, interesting choice here by Kaiserklein because we have seen ports not doing that well on this map so far. I think. Well, I think Irish lost with ports on this map.
Yes.
No, did he?
No,
No, he
that
played
was French. It was French.
Yeah. So it was so far actually only. I can't remember who it was, but he played against Brits. Kinesi, I think. No, that was
that's
Kinesi
possible.
lost as Brits against ASM Sports, and then someone else lost here. Mido lost as Sports against Sampu's India.
Yeah,
but
do
actually,
let us know if the sound is better now with me turning my microphone down. We won't know this during the game, of course, but I'll look afterwards. But yeah, for some people that might be confused and joining in late, Mongo forfeited the game on Colorado because apparently it's a map he doesn't like. So we went straight to Manchak, which is map 4, and he first picked Aztec.
Yep, and let's see, Kaiser picking up very small treasures only, while Mongo picked up 80 wood already, and is about to pick up maybe 100 XP, but Kaiserklein is in the position to steal the treasure here, and I think he will get the steal. Oh, what's he doing? Oh,
Oh, he can actually do the mind
I
controlled
thought,
one.
yeah, I thought he was gonna shoot him. He can actually, I think, yeah, I think Kaiser got it. No, wow, oh, wow, Mongo.
No, but he will get the
he-
Explorer here, which is pretty
yeah,
big
he
actually.
will get the Explorer. Yeah, so he basically trades 100 XP for another 100 XP, which is great. Um,
Yeah, I think it's more important he
uh,
gets the Explorer here than the Treasure.
yeah, for sure, for sure. That's why I wanted to say at first that he could just kill the Explorer, but then he tried to go for a treasure anyway, and I think he actually would have got it, but then decided as well that he wanted to kill the Explorer instead. It of course would have been super huge if he could have gotten them both. And that
Yeah.
would have been
He's actually aging
spot
up
on.
before the Aztec player, but of course Aztec does have the fast age up
The
to
fast age,
colonial
yeah.
possibility.
Yeah, I think that's quite normal. Ports usually age around
Yeah,
230,
Messenger is
45.
the choice for Mongo.
Yeah. And I guess we will see some aggressive play coming out of him.
No forward villagers
And
just yet.
he will wait for the 700 wood probably, but he might go for yeah, I think he will do that. If you look at his deck, he will probably go
Oh, Smoking Mirror.
for the smoking mirror FI. I mean, his deck is also suitable for colonial play.
Wow,
But,
look at Kaiser's deck.
let's look at Kaiser's deck is pretty standard. The only notable exception here is not having Mamluks, and I think that's in anticipation of actually him realizing that Mongo will go for the Smoking Mirrors FI, and therefore he knows that Mamluks don't do the best against Skull Knights, so he doesn't have it in his deck. Instead, he has Ronin.
Which do reasonable against Skull Knights because they are more or less
Yeah,
the same
basically,
role.
yeah, exactly. They're a bit better, but I don't think that he should let the game go so long, though. He should
No, I
probably
feel
hit
like
it.
trying to out late game and Smoking Mirror FI as sport is very reasonable. And if that is your plan, you probably need Mamelukes and Ronin instead of like Royal Mint and Refrigeration.
Nah, you don't need Mamelukes. If you want to out late game them, you have to go industrial and
Genitors.
just go pure
Yeah.
dragoons with cannons.
I don't know, Mameluke raids can be pretty distracting.
Nah, they just die so fast. You would probably have to go like organs, like 10 organs and dragoons.
The cover mode from the Explorer, does that reduce organ gun damage?
No, it shouldn't, because organ damage does
Siege.
what's it called? Siege damage.
Okay.
We can see the walls for Mongo, and Kaiserklein is scouting the walls, so he knows what's going on.
He actually
You can
has
see all the vills on
very
the
little
warhead.
space to build here. I don't think there's a single place where a warhead could fit in here. Maybe over here?
Yeah, maybe between. I think he can fit one between the berries and the mines, but yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, I feel like he might have needed to maybe add a bit more space over here with his walling. Especially because there's like a hole
I
there
don't
as
think
well.
it matters. He can just delete a wall segment and like
That's
make it a
true.
little bit wider. In the end, it's only 5 wood, so it's not that big of a deal. We can also make a gate and put it over there. And for now, he doesn't need a barracks.
He has a lot of war priests already.
Yeah, you get them really fast. He should have had all of them by now already, and now he has 10. 5 cavalry coming in from Kaiser, and there seems to be a hole in the wall. So let's see if that if he can get his cav through there.
I'm not sure if the hole is big enough for cavalry.
It should be if he trickles them in one by one, but he doesn't seem to know that trick or bother. He will get the explorer here though, so that's good as well.
Well, the thing is, though, if the explorer dies, that's something Mongo kind of wants because
Yeah, because he
cover
wants to
modes
put it in the cover mode, but you have to kill it eventually. I mean, it has to die at one point. So,
But it's
I
not
think-
something that Mongo is very unhappy about, I would imagine, if he was in time to put it in cover
no,
mode.
it's not. It's not for sure. Still, though, Kaiser making even more hussars, so he might be going for the H2 play here. In that
But
case,
there's
I would have
another layer of
preferred
walls
him.
coming up.
Yeah, I would have preferred him having his barracks forward. His barracks is way too much, way too far back here, actually. And his second TC also is way too far back. He should have put it here. Having identified, I think, the fact that Aztecs doesn't play aggressive, he should have identified that earlier.
The wall bug,
And
though,
he
being
made
massive
pikes.
here.
Wall bug?
Yeah, the wall bug, where if you see it's like a
Oh,
wall,
yeah.
sometimes the walls next to it also randomly take a bunch of damage.
It's not random. But,
Yeah, I think you do it by
could
like attacking
fire
the
it
other
at
wall at the same time or something.
Yeah, you have to attack it, and it will just consider it. It's because you delete the connectors, but it still kind of sees them as being connected, I think. But only if you siege that wall as well. One War Priest going down. I guess Mongo is aging right now,
Yeah, he is.
but not confident enough to kind of punch Vils here. I'm not sure if I like the decision of Kaiserklein for going for pikes. Pikes don't really do anything here. I would have.
Oh. I think we might have lost Umeu here. But anyway.
Yeah, he's making musketeers now, but the barracks is way too far back.
I think one of
And
us dropped out at some point.
six Puma coming in here and catching all the cavalry in a super awkward spot, and they just
Yeah,
totally
look at them
bug out,
derping
and
around.
that's it. That's good game. He just lost 5 cav trying to run out of. Yeah, he says it's a bug, but he should know that.
I mean, we all know that Age of
would
Empires
happen. He should
pathfinding
know
is
that there's
bad
that there's
sometimes.
spikes coming, and he should just know that the way he's playing the matchup right now. Are you still here?
Can you still hear me? Hello? Okay, so it seems that I'm the bugged one, so I will.
Hello? I
Yeah.
can't hear you anymore.
Estou ferido, não me posso mexer!
Hello?
Yeah, Kaiser's still pushing in further here. But Mongo is going to be Fortress soon, and then he might get some really strong cards out here. Puma getting a bit caught here though, and the War Priest still under quite a bit of pressure. The War Chief is back up though, and he has his big roundhouse, swashbuckler, kick attack, punch stuff. And the Jacks coming out as well actually. And these do a lot of damage against both the Musketeers and the Hussar. Yeah. I don't think we can ask for a pause here because there is a lot of going on at the moment.
Okay. Alright. Seems like I can't hear Chrissy anymore, but we'll somehow try to make it work.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if there will
down.
be another game, but let's see how this plays out. The scores are still fairly even, but Kaiserklein is 1 age behind. He's now hunting in the middle of the map.
And there's still some holes in these walls, I think.
There I could hear you again for 1 second, but not anymore.
The War Chief, of course, constantly being revived, doing loads of damage. This is what this build is all about. Or one of the things the build is about.
Yeah,
coming
for
out as
sure. Now he will just continually dance his Explorer back to life. I can hear you again, by the way.
Ah, okay.
He will now just dance his Explorer all the.
Oh, and there's his drop again.
One thing to note that he is out of hunts. He is on berry, so it will take him a long time. Yeah, it seems to have dropped again. Yeah, kind of annoying.
Yeah, I think that for the next
But,
cast we'll need to fix it.
The War Chief has 1400 XP at the moment, and of course he's abusing the bug, where he's now continuously in cover mode, so he has like 50 range resist, so he has like almost 3000 hit points from range.
Kaiser did sneak
so-
up an H-up.
Okay, that's good for him.
But Mongo is
I think-
almost industrial.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's too late now. What he needs right now, most likely, is just like 5 organ guns and the
Ronin.
Ronin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, organ guns is something he really needs at the moment, because as it is right now, the only thing Mongo has to really deal with organ guns is his Explorer.
Yeah, I think the way to play against this kind of play is just go mass cannons with musketeers. Because the musketeers still do decently against small batches
Mace Holton.
of mace, and if you have those cannons, they will just the musketeers can block the explorer as well, and they won't take that much damage from his special attack.
Both players going to industrial actually. And the Explorer just killing some units in the middle of the map. Oh my, look at that splash damage.
He just killed 5 or 6 musketeers there.
And the Warlock.
That's really stupid. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
He also did a lot of damage with these Hussar.
Not that much to the Hussar. The Hussar were already a bit low, but
Oh, okay. I just saw them being like damaged and I thought, wow, that was one hell of a roundhouse kick attack.
no.
Swing
He
swashbuckler.
killed almost all the musketeers. But still, if we look at the score is in favor of Kaiserklein. But the point of this strat that Aztec does is that it doesn't need any resources really. It just needs the war pit, the fire pit.
Yeah, and just keep dancing his Explorer to life.
Yeah, exactly. He just has one unit that he keeps reviving all the time. At the same time, he is giving XP.
Yeah,
to
a
Kaiser.
lot of it. This thing gives 100 experience each time it dies.
And now it's in industrial and it has 1900 hit points.
Even more against range because of the cover mode.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Still,
wonder
it's
how
dying
many
though through the
resources
Hussars.
this thing
It
has
did
already
kill
killed.
2 Hussars, but both players now in industrial, and we see 5, 6 Skull Knights coming in here, and the Vils have to run because they will just die.
These, of course, do not have a
will
negative
he catch?
multiplier.
He will catch another one. And now it's really a question: what can Kaiser do against this? Because he just knows what's coming, right? He just knows there will be, and he's losing his cavalry. I think that's a poor choice. His Vils had already escaped, so he didn't need to lose those.
Yeah, and now, not only can he dance his Explorer for free constantly, but he can also dance for these very powerful Skull Knights.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just shipping Mace Holton, and he already got them champion. That's really fast.
Yeah,
I
very
wonder how he did that.
smooth play by Mongo here.
How did he get them? Oh, he has a Warhead over there.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't see.
had a Warhead for a while. He made one in
Yeah.
transition to Industrial.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in transition
So now he has
Kaiser.
20 champion Mace Holton, and Kaiser only has Dragoons. And his Vils are quite exposed.
Yeah, he made the Dragoons to deal with the Skull Knights, but these got
Oh yeah,
absolutely
very
wrecked.
nice. Kaiser made 5 spies to kill the Explorer, which is really nice, but at the same time he has nothing to stop these Skull Knights from
And the
totally
Mace Holton.
massacring.
I think 5
all
spies
his
was too
Vils.
much. He didn't need that many. And shipping Factory as his first Industrial card. Wow.
No, I think 5 spies was good, but he's gonna lose the factory. And if those 5 factory had been 2 cannons, heavy cannons, he would have been totally fine here.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
because
I think
it is a
5 spies
factory,
is too much. Maybe like 2 or
they only cost 5 spies only cost 500 coin. I think it was totally fine. Otherwise, you just
he
take
has
too
a lot of
long
coin,
to
I
kill them.
guess.
Yeah, but he just lost his factory, so he basically deleted the shipment, and he's
Oh, he
losing
lost
all
it as
his
well?
Dragoon. Yeah. He rallied it into the Mace Holton.
Ouch.
And he just lost a lot of Vils
And Dragoons.
and units. So yeah, that's a lot of XP for Mongo, and I think this is 3-0.
Well,
Kaiser
3-1.
3-1, but technically it's 3-0. I mean, Kaiser didn't win a single
Oh,
game.
and some villagers walking into the maze here. But Aztec just has so many free units at this point. He can ship infinite maze. He can dance for Skull Knights. He can dance for his Explorer.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't matter at this point. Forts is just dead, and that's why I found this a surprising choice for Kaiser, because you just know that something cheesy like this is gonna happen, or can happen at least. So Kaiser is a bit salty, but I mean he can be salty, but Mongo did give him a free win here. So yeah, I don't know. Well, worst series, but there was also Azer game against Kaiserklein once. We shouldn't forget about that. But I think Kaiser is going a bit overboard here.
I'm pretty sure you can't get disqualified for lying to your opponent about matchups and stuff like that.
Well, let's just let Kaiser rage. I suppose there's nothing that you can say against him now.
He just needs to calm down a bit, just zen. Yeah, but if you look at the military population graph, that fight where he just basically lost everything. Obviously, not the greatest for him. If that factory was heavy cannons, that might have gone better for him, but yeah, I just don't agree with shipping a factory at that point. You know your opponent is going to be pushing soon.
Yeah, it was a big mistake. If he had 2 cannons there, he could have killed all the mace, and he wouldn't have lost as many dragoons or as many vills, I think. But even the cannons would not have saved him here.
Probably not. No.
He lost too much early on.
He probably also needed the spice earlier, like when that explorer was killing like his entire army, constantly being revived.
He needed the spice a lot earlier. He needed the spice a lot earlier, and then he can just contain that thing, because Mongo was just sending his explorer, right? So then spies are just ideal at that point.
And if you look at all resources gathered, like, just Mongo has nothing.
Yeah, Mongo has no eco. No, because Kaiser is making the mistake that he's just trickling in small units at a time into that army, right? If he had just boomed a lot more and then have just a huge army at the time that Mongo comes, and he has like he can make like a big combination of units. He can get heavy cannons, he can get dragoons with Jeannettes, with the ranged attack, and the arsenal upgrades. He can just get everything, and then and he should probably make some walls and outposts and stuff, and then there's just no way that
I'm not even sure if he
Mongo
needed to
can
go
win.
industrial. Like, for the amount of money you need to go industrial, he could get quite a lot of organ guns, and those do just as fine against Mace Hilton.
Yeah, you don't. Maybe he didn't need to go industrial, but he needed it at that point because he was too slow to Fortress. If he had been in Fortress earlier, then yeah, sure. But 2 heavy cannons would have been nice, and he should have probably had the 5 organ shipment in his deck as well, and then he would have been totally fine. And with Jeanette Dragoons, there's just nothing that Aztec can do, basically, because they can't... The Dragoons outrange every unit that Aztec has that is worth anything, right? I mean, the only thing that can match the range of the Dragoons is the Arrow Knights, but they suck. So.
Well, they're basically Culverins, so...
Yeah, but they suck even at that. I mean, to be honest, they're just not very good units.
they are trying to be a Culverin, a Mortar, and a Longbow at the same time.
Exactly. And so they're shittier than all those 3 units. But yeah, they can do something those other units can't, right? So it's usually what you see with units that can do many things. They're not very good at anything, but they're okay at everything that they do.
Bit like
So,
flaming arrows and field cannons as well.
yeah, it's a jack of all trades, master of none, coming through here. And we have a 3-0 or a 3-1 for Mongo here, and that's quite surprising, at least for me. And if you look at the betting, I think everyone has been kind of taken by surprise here. I think not least of all Kaiserklein, because I don't think that he expected to lose here. Probably not 3-1. He's been quite confident in his play lately, and Mongo just coming back here and just showing why he was feared last tournament. And even though he hasn't been playing a lot of age, he's still showing at least that he has his tactics down, that he has a good position awareness of what's going on of the map and knows how to position his army, and that he's also not very dirty of just tricking your opponent into into a bit of an awkward position.
I think it was inevitable that we get one of these sweet drama series.
Yeah, but I mean, in the end, okay, what Mongo did was not very sportsmanship. It was a bit rude, you could say. But Kaiser did it all to himself, right? He didn't have to agree to anything. And in the end, in the games, nothing dirty actually happened, and Mongo just beat him fair and square. Kaiser was ahead in the first game. He was probably ahead in the second game. The third game, he just played it wrong, in my opinion. But
And he even saw it coming as well, the fast industrial smoking mirrors build.
Yeah, it's been quite popular lately, and
he had so much time to prepare for it as well.
Yeah, but we saw the way that Maido played against Sompu, and there you just see if you crash the build early, it can't do anything, and Kaiser just gave the build too much time. And then his infantry was too far away. Like, if he had 15 musk in base there, and the 6 pikes would have done nothing. But now he had just like 5 pikes there, and he lost 12 cav because because of his padding. Yeah.
I also think it's very hilarious how he said, "Wow, this bug," when 3 seconds before that he exploited the wall bug himself.
Well, I think neither of them are really a big bug or even a bug.
No, of course not, but I just think it's funny he's calling out bugs when he just wall bugged.
Yeah. I mean, but let's be fair, the one that abused the biggest bug was
oh, for sure, the cover mode, by far.
Yeah, the cover mode. That's a huge bug, and I think we might look into banning it. But at the same time, I do think that this strat has a kind of
niche.
Yeah, not niche. It can be strong. I mean, if you know how to play against it properly, then it can never win. But at the same time, if you don't play against it properly, then it almost always wins. So I think it's kind of a test of how good you are at the game too. If you can beat it,
I'll
then
put
you
up
are
an
just
overlay for a moment now, because the next series should be starting relatively soon, and it won't be casted by me.